4 different types explained. 1. The twice-a-week method, 5 to 2. This approach focuses on capping your calories at 500 for 2 days a week. During the other 5 days of the week, you maintain a healthy and normal diet. On fasting days, this approach usually includes a 200-calorie meal and a 300-calorie meal. It's important to focus on high-fiber and high-protein foods to help fill you up but also keeps calories low when fasting. You can choose whichever 2 fasting days, say, Tuesdays and Thursdays, as long as there is a non-fasting day between them. Be sure to eat the same amount of food you normally would on non-fasting days. 2. Alternate day fasting.
As the name suggests, alternate day fasting requires you to fast every other day. Some people do 24-hour fasts, but this might be overwhelming for people who are just starting. Alternatively, you could restrict your usual calorie consumption on fasting days, to an extent you feel comfortable with. Alternate day fasting has become more popular in recent years, but medical experts warn against its potential health risks. In a small 2017 study, researchers split 100 obese women into 3 groups. The first group followed an alternate fasting diet that allowed them to eat 25% of the calories they needed on fasting days, and 125% on non-fasting days. The second group restricted their calorie consumption to 75% every day, and the last group ate as they usually would. At the end of the year-long study, the researchers observed that women in the first 2 groups had lost around 5.5% of their body weight by the 6th month of the study. However, those who did alternate fasting also had significantly higher low-density lipoprotein, LDL, cholesterol levels than those who restricted their daily calories, which indicates a higher risk of dangerous heart conditions like heart attacks and strokes. For that reason, it's best to consult your doctor before alternate fasting. The best time to fast. For people who do 24-hour fasts, you might want to take advantage of starting your fast just after dinner. If you start a 24-hour fast at 7 p.m. and go to bed for 8 to 9 hours at 10 p.m., there will be only 12 to 13 hours left in your fast by the time you wake up. However, this method is generally not recommended, so proceed with caution.
16 to 8 method. The 16 to 8 method involves fasting for 16 hours every day and only eating during an 8-hour window. You can eat your regular 3 meals during these 8 hours. Be careful not to eat more food than you usually would during the non-fasting hours. Eating too much during the 8 hours in anticipation of the 16-hour fast will be counterintuitive to your goals. And just keep in mind that, although this is one of the most popular methods of intermittent fasting, some research has cast doubt on its efficacy for weight loss. The best time to fast. This is a commonly preferred method of intermittent fasting because the bulk of your fasting period will typically happen when you are asleep. For most people using this method, eating an early dinner and skipping breakfast might be the most effective way to stick to the schedule. Say you ended dinner at 8 p.m., your next meal will be an early lunch at 12 p.m. You are allowed to drink water or other zero-calorie drinks as you fast. Stop eat. This method involves fasting for 24 hours once or twice a week. This means that if you have dinner at 8 p.m. on a Wednesday, your next meal will be at 8 p.m. on Thursday. The biggest downside of this method is that many people find 24-hour fasts to be difficult to endure. This method might also not be safe for people with certain medical conditions like diabetes or an eating disorder. You are allowed to drink water and zero-calorie drinks during fast periods. This can help you cope with feelings of hunger. For people who fast for 24 hours, you might experience side effects like headaches, fatigue, and irritability. The best time to fast. With the Eat-Stop-Eat method, you can fast on any day of the week you choose. However, if you fast twice a week, it's advisable to choose 2 non-consecutive days. Spontaneous meal skipping. Not all intermittent fasting schedules follow a strict time structure. With spontaneous meal skipping, you can simply skip a meal you don't need to eat from time to time. For example, if you had a big lunch, you might decide to skip dinner. This method is especially great for beginners who aren't sure what intermittent schedule might work best for them. While flexibility might be the biggest advantage of this method, it is also its downside. Spontaneous meal skipping may help you reduce calories, but you are likely to overeat afterward. Following a structured eating and fasting schedule is important to help you stay consistent and develop the habits you need to be successful at intermittent fasting.
Download the most helpful app, 0 Calories Fasting Tracker. This app helps to lose weight. A fasting diet for life.